Hello everyone. This is actually probably gonna be the only quick update video. And what I meant by oopsies was I noticed the quality of my microphone is significantly improved whenever the charger is not plugged in. Don't know why, but that's the case. So let me look at my old telephone real fast. Pay no attention to me. It's day 643. It's been like 5 days since the last update video. I don't exactly know when. And the thing I wanted to mention was whenever I analyze it, whenever I look at my projected schedule, it always I always get flip-flopped between I can do this. Yeah, totally. Yeah, you have enough time. You have not enough time. You need double, triple this amount of time. It's got to be postponed. It's got to be delayed. But actually, yeah, because you can do half of these things in like a day. But you have to account for things messing up and you messing up and you not being perfect. You have to do research. But yeah, we'll take a day. We'll take a day. Take a day for each. Take a week, whatever. But then you can't forget about this thing or that thing. Oh, take a day. So that's what my mind keeps doing. Um, it's difficult. It's very difficult considering I also have had a full-time job for the past month and a half because I needed to get another job. Or hmm, there's a delicate way of putting the words in here, but I had two jobs. I had school and job. I had nothing. Then I had job. That is essentially what happened. And I'm in the middle of that last phase. I have job. And this is technically having two jobs because I have 58 hours of work every week. So I work for 40 hours and then I work time and a half. So I work 10-hour days, um, plus overtime for the fifth and sixth day. Because I need money and I like working. However, well, by like working, I mean I like money. I like getting money efficiently too. So this update video is essentially me saying I have put a lot more time into actually working and earning money, and as a result, I have far less time to work on Conqueror, and I'm trying my best to manage it. It is currently like 11 o'clock, and I have to wake up in 5 hours, and I'm not going to bed probably soon because I have work to do. So, this is what I mean by Conqueror is my life. It is I go to work at 4 a.m. I come back at 4 p.m. I work on Conqueror until I fall asleep, and then I repeat that process. Quite literally, too. Quite literally. Usually I would have like the weekends off. So I could work on Conqueror all weekend. However, when I am working overtime, guess what? I don't have those days off. And I work continuously. And I still have that schedule of work, come back, work on Conqueror, sleep. And now I'm gonna have to make the sacrifice of at this pace. I haven't worked on Conqueror like effectively in the past like 3 or 4 days of trying this new schedule. That can't fly. That won't fly. If I have a limited amount of time, like I have 5 weeks remaining, if I have that limited amount of time and I can't work for 3, 4 days in a row, that's a problem. But it's something I cannot avoid because I need to pay for rent, I need to pay for groceries, I need to eat. Um, so I need to be smarter. Not smarter, I need to be more careless with how I spend my time. That sounds like a really weird thing to say, but what I mean by that is if I really want this, then I'm going to have to make some sacrifices. And unfortunately, for our society today, I'm going to need to sacrifice sleep. And granted, my job isn't very demanding. It's pretty physical, but it isn't very like mentally draining. Not very. So, um, I can get by with 4 hours of sleep as long as I have at least one day a week for a refuel or like a recharge. Um, so that is what I'm going to be doing in the future. In the in like the immediate future, starting like right now, to see how that goes. So I'm going to be working for that. My daily routine was split in between 12-hour workday, come back, work for 4 hours on Conqueror, and then sleep for the rest 8 hours. So I can prioritize 8 hours of sleep. Well, I need to cut down on the 8 hours of sleep because 4 hours of Conqueror is not a lot. And that's not even 4 hours of Conqueror, that's 4 hours period. If I want to prioritize 8 hours of sleep, that's 4 hours period because that's how math works. And that 4 hours includes eating, like taking a shower, making lunch for the next day or what have you. Everything. Doing laundry, doing dishes, everything. So that 4 hours quickly turns into like 2 hours. And there's not a lot I can get done in 2 hours in one sitting. I'm the kind of guy who I'm working 10-hour shifts. I'm the kind of guy who wants to work for the entire day without stopping. That's why sometimes I actually forget to eat because I'll be working and working and working and like I'll get so caught up in it that I'll just forget. When I make checklists on the like when I make to-do lists and checklists on the whiteboard, I literally write down stuff like brush teeth, shower, eat, um, take a break, drink water because I legitimately forget. I will be working, working, working. I'll go down the list, like checking things off, and I'll be like, oh my God, 6 hours passed, and I didn't eat anything. Whoopsies. So 2 hours, it's hard for me to like just focus, work, stop focusing. It's hard for me to do that. It takes me a while to get into it, but once I get into it, I don't want to stop. So I'm going to be sacrificing sleep. I don't know. I don't know how to adjust it. So my trial period will be 5-ish hours of sleep. So I'll cut 3 extra hours. That means if I can get errands done in an hour or two, that's 5 hours working on Conqueror. That's much better. That's much more acceptable. I'm gonna try to do that. And worst comes to worst, if this works, I only have to do it for about 3 or 4 weeks. Because then the last week or two will be just branding and marketing and networking and all that jazz. Hopefully, if things work out. If it doesn't work, then I just have to postpone the deadline. Simple as that. Also, my brother has a wedding, so I'll be gone for a week, which means I won't be able to work on it in a week. So my 5 weeks of work is actually going to turn into 4 weeks of work, if I want to release by the end of May. So it's probably going to be a beginning of June kind of thing. Although I don't, the reason why I keep holding myself to this deadline is because I don't want to postpone it anymore. I want to hold myself to the standard, and I want to like keep myself disciplined. I understand that there's a boundary between disciplined and like self-sacrificing, but if I don't be self-sacrificing, then I won't get it done. I need a better push, some like fire to be like, okay, you gotta hammer down and get this done. Because if I keep being forgiving with myself with a deadline, then I'll never get it done. The same reason as the hey, if you always want to work on Conqueror, if you want to keep adding things, adding things, adding things, it'll never get done because it'll never be perfect enough. It's almost the same concept where it'll never be perfect enough, it'll never get released. Alternatively, if you don't hold yourself to a deadline, it will never get released. So, end of May deadline, I'm going to adjust my sleep schedule accordingly so I only get 5-ish hours of sleep, which is probably gonna be more like 4 by the time like I actually stop working, get into bed, and fall asleep. So, and as you can see, I track like every minute. I try to keep as close to every half hour as possible because I know 15 minutes is pretty unrealistic. Um, unless no, I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try being that realistic. I was gonna think of like every 15 minutes, but I don't want to be like that critical because I can be in my own head about it, and I'll be like count. I will literally be counting the minutes. Um. Anyway, so I try to be as on point for per half hour. Um. So yeah, working nearly 60 hours a week. Every other free time I have goes to Conqueror, and even less free time goes to actual sleep. And this will be continuing until the app is released, in which case, um, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out when we get there. That's not my concern right now. But this update video was essentially saying this is what I'm doing with my time. This is my plan for the future and the immediate future. And what has been happening is I don't feel productive with my current schedule. I have to be more strict with it, which comes at a sacrifice. Everything comes at a price. And this price is going to be sleep. I've dealt with far worse. Being a Air Force ROTC cadet in college, I've slept far little consistently. Um, so that is my current plan. I'm making the shift now. I will see how that goes, but I felt like this was a good update video to give because it was not really Conqueror based. It wasn't really about Conqueror. It was about how I'm managing Conqueror and how I'm dealing with it personally. And I could be dealing with it better. This is the process. Um, like I said, I don't know how I'm going to manage this. I've never done it before, so who am I to say if it's not going to work or if it will work? I try it. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. That's all I really had left to say. I don't want to prolong this anymore. And yes, I even scheduled this um update video. I had another talking point. I forget what it was, so I'm just gonna have to reserve that for later. But I hope you guys enjoy the update video. This was my update for you, a little update. I was gonna say like crash course or something, but it's an update on how progress is going towards the end, how I need to adjust to make it work, and yeah. Anyway, hope you all have a fantastic night. I'm going to work for another hour, go to bed, have like 4 hours of sleep, and wake up in the morning to go to work at 4. So, I hope you have a fantastic day. Until next time.